Well, hi everyone. Now a while ago, I made a computer program that would output a pulse width modulation signal through a serial port. But what I did was I wrote it for DOS, put it on a floppy, put it in the computer, and booted it up. Looked like that, and everybody kind of got a laugh out of it, because naturally they said, well, who uses floppies anymore and who uses DOS? But if you still wanted to use the program and you don't have DOS, well, today I have a solution. Right, so what I've done here is I've made essentially the same program, but now I've made it for Windows. Right, so on the surface this version looks exactly the same as the DOS version, and it does pretty much exactly the same thing, but the code, even though it's mostly the same, there are some few important differences, but I'm not going to go over the code in this video. That'll be for another video because it's very long. Anyway, I just wanted to show you it running here. As you can see, yeah, it opens up a console window just like the other DOS version, and you use keys 1 to 9 to control the pulse width that comes out of the serial port. So let me just press key 9, you get 10%, and then key 8, 20%, and so on down the line until you get to key 1, which of course outputs 90%. So the way it runs, the operation, is actually just like the DOS version, but the good thing is that now we can use it on all the popular operating systems that people actually use today. Alright, so I was just showing you it running on my desktop computer there. Now that had Windows 7 on it. Now this computer, the old ThinkPad, has Windows XP on it, so I wanted to show you it running and actually outputting the signal here. Now from the old ThinkPad serial port there, it goes directly into the gate driver, and of course our chopper setup, and there's a light bulb just to show, and the oscilloscope of course. So yeah, it does the exact same thing as the DOS version does, except it works on Windows. So let me give you a couple keys here. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, there's 2, and finally number 1. Go back to 9. So yeah, basically just outputs a pulse width modulation signal through the serial port. And of course, the console, again, it does tell you what pulse width you've selected, what the duty cycle output will be. So you always know what you're going to get here. Alright, now I did have to put a bit of effort into this because I had to learn how to write this code for Windows, so some might ask, well, why do it? If it's hard, I'm not going to get paid for it, but I really want people to, at least if they have any interest in trying to learn about electronics and pulse width modulation, if they're not confident with a soldering iron and buying actual components, at least try this. This is an easy way for anybody who wants to learn about pulse width modulation to actually try it without actually buying anything, because if you already have a computer with a serial port on it, all you need to make pulse width modulation is already right in front of you. And if you're wondering, yes, this does actually work with the USB to serial converters. So as far as I can tell, it should be compatible with all modern machines. Now, one thing I did want to note, that this was made for versions of Windows NT. Now, in case you didn't know, all the popular operating systems these days, the Windows XPs, the Windows 7, Windows 10s, they're all different forms of Windows NT. So this won't work on the older types of Windows, like the Windows 98s, the Windows 3.1s. It's not going to work on that. So if you have a computer with that kind of operating system on it, you're better off using the DOS version. Right, now if you do choose to download it, you will get a README file in it, and it will tell you everything that you need to know about how to use the program, so you won't be confused. Operating system support, system requirements, so it's all here for you. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly. Alright, now of course I'm going to put the link in the description, but I wanted to show you, I have a couple different versions. Now this one is for serial port at COM1, and here's the address here. This is a zip file. Once you download it, just simply extract it, and all the files will be there for you. Alright, and this is the address that you would go to if you wanted the version for a serial port at COM2. Again, this one will also be in the description. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I thank you for watching. I've got the 2 links here for you. And I hope you find this useful. If you have any comments, find me on YouTube, send me an email, check out the website. Thanks again, guys, for watching.